Katie's Sunday Afternoon by James Mayhew.
It was a sunny day, and Katie and Grandma were feeling hot and bothered. "Let's go swimming," said Grandma. "I'll get our swimsuits." When they got to the pool, it was already full. "Never mind, we'll come back later," said Grandma. "The art gallery is nearby. Let's go there for a while." In the gallery, it felt even hotter. While Grandma had a little snooze, Katie found a room full of amazing pictures. They were painted in thousands of brightly colored dots. Katie saw a painting called Bathers at Asnieres by George Seurat. She could almost feel the breeze blowing over the soft grass and hear the gurgling river. What a great place for a swim, thought Katie. So she climbed over the frame and inside the picture. It was warm and peaceful in the picture. The sun shone, oars splashed, and a boy in a red hat called to the boats racing on the river. Katie saw a little bathing hut and decided to change into her swimsuit. Then she jumped into the water with an enormous splash. "Bonjour," said the boy in the red hat. "I'm Jacques." "I'm Katie," said Katie. "Isn't this lovely?" "Oui," laughed Jacques. "Très bien." After lots more splashing, Katie sat down on the picture frame to rest. But it started to tip, and the river began pouring into the gallery. "This is better than the swimming pool," Katie laughed. But then they heard a sigh from another painting by Seurat called Sunday Afternoon on the Island of Le Grand Jatte. Katie saw a little girl in a white dress. She looked rather sad, so Katie climbed inside the picture. Katie found herself in a park where everyone looked very elegant and grand. "Oh, you are lucky," sighed the little girl. "It's such a hot day, but no one is allowed to bathe in this painting." "Come and paddle in the gallery," said Katie. "It's lovely and cool." "Oh, Prudence, please say yes," pleaded the girl to her governess. "Well, be sure to keep your clothes dry, Josette," said Prudence. "What a splendid idea," said the elegant people. "Let's paddle too." The ladies hitched up their skirts and the gentlemen rolled up their trousers. Then they all had a wonderful time paddling in the gallery. But water was still pouring out of the painting. "It's getting too deep to paddle," said Josette, standing on the steps. "How will we get back to our picture?" said the elegant people. "We can't swim in these clothes." "Let's fetch a boat," said Katie. She pointed to another picture by Seurat called Port of Honfleur. Katie and Jacques swam over to the painting and quickly clambered inside. They found a little rowing boat in the harbor. It was quite heavy, but they managed to drag it over the frame and into the gallery. Then off they rowed to the rescue. "We'll go first," said Prudence, helping Josette into the boat. But when it was her turn, her foot slipped, the boat moved away, and splash! Prudence fell into the water. "Just look at my dress," she wailed. "How will I ever get it dry?" "Perhaps she'll help," said Katie, pointing to a picture called Woman Hanging Up Washing by Camille Pissarro. Prudence scrambled inside the painting, followed by Katie and Josette, while Jacques rowed off to rescue the elegant people and take them back to their picture. The kindly washerwoman gave Prudence some clothes to wear and hung out her wet dress to dry. Then Katie, Josette, and the washerwoman's daughter played in the sun as the woman chatted. Suddenly, Katie heard Jacques calling from the boat. "We must get back to her picture," said Jacques. "The guard is coming." "The guard," whispered Katie. "He'll be horrified when he sees all this water." "Quickly, jump aboard," called Jacques. Prudence changed back into her clothes and carefully stepped into the boat. Jacques and Josette leapt in after her. Jacques rowed across the gallery while Katie desperately tried to think of a way to get rid of the water. They passed all sorts of pictures. None of them looked very useful. Then Katie saw a painting by Paul Signac called Portrait of Felix Mignon. "He looks like a magician," said Katie, so she yelled, "Excuse me, can you do any magic? The gallery is a mess and the guard is coming." Felix wanted to help, so he leant out of the painting. waved his stick over his hat, and shouted, "Abracadabra!" Colored swirls came out of his picture, but the gallery was still flooded. "I'll try again," he said. "Alakazam!" "Oh dear," said Felix, as stars and rainbows floated into the gallery. "I'm not very good at magic." Just then they all heard footsteps. It was the guard. "Oh, please, try once more," begged Katy. "Alakazoom! Clear up this room," said Felix. There was a flash of light, and everything vanished in a swirl of stars and colors. Katy found she was standing in her dry clothes, and everyone and everything was back where it belonged, just in time. The guard looked carefully around the room. Everything was exactly as it should be. "Thank you, everyone," whispered Katy. "I had a wonderful time." As soon as the guard had gone, Katy gently woke Grandma. "Would you like to go swimming now?" yawned Grandma. "I don't quite feel so hot any more," laughed Katy. "In that case, you won't be wanting an ice cream either," said Grandma. "Oh, I can always manage an ice cream," said Katy. "Me too," smiled Grandma, and off they went.